Hey guys, this is Hal for HES Ultimage. For personal channeled messages, go to hesultimage.com, and for DLC energy bracelets. These come in 8 different colors and 3 different variations of metal colors. So there's gold tone, black tone, and silver tone. They're really great, super comfortable, so check them out. Other than that, make sure that you check out the free mini monthly reading contest. Just go to my channel, search for the free mini monthly contest video, and then just leave a comment and you could win it, alright? Okay, that said, let's get to your message. Hey Aquarians, this is Hale for HES Ultimage, and this is your channeled message for the month of February 2016. Hey guys. Alright. So, first thing that I got, and I'm gonna be very fair, there are quite a few signs getting this, alright? But in very different shades and for very different reasons, alright? Okay, so, first thing is, shed the chase. Don't let what's far away drive you crazy, alright? So, I've got to be honest that in February, for Aquarians, there's a sincere moment of just, okay, inactivity, hibernation, um, pulling back within, and just being a little more within. I'm going to give you a lot of advice and a lot of different examples of how this is going to come through, but I got to get that out there first, okay? And I'm going to be fair and say, Capricorns have some stuff this month with, taking time to have to step back, and so are Libras. So if you need some people to talk to and to confide in, those are some good people. They're feeling it for different reasons than you are, okay? Yours is literally just inactivity, okay? For them, it's more a mental thing where they're like feeling a lot of pressure because they're putting pressure on themselves. For you, it's not really so much that. It's more that, things aren't really happening. And it's kind of, you decide that a little bit more as far as how you're going to feel about it. But I really say for you, it's not so much about the internal stresses you could create. It's more about how to use this time wisely and comfortably, okay? Um, because that's the other thing. I got like, letting go of the chase kind of thing right now. I think for you it'll be a lot easier than for them, I gotta be honest. So right away, this is a lot better off for you in February because you don't have as many stressors. But sometimes it is challenging to hear, okay, guys, sit tight, hurry up and wait. For you, it's not even hurry up and wait. It's just like, take a nap, all right? And I'm going to really give you a lot more constructive things about how this month can, be utilized to your best advantage. But right now, I literally got the energy of, okay, I'm going to read the other key points here. The frost has set in, all right? Which means, now's a time where we kind of want to be a little more holed up at home, or in this case, from a mental perspective, a little more cozy, a little more relaxed, a little more leisurely. I'm going to give a very detailed image here, but this is what I'm seeing for Aquarians, okay? My parents, especially during the winter, when they're done with a long day of work and everything like that, pop up the recliner, and my mother in particular gets her little, like, fleecy throw blanket. Some people even have those, like, blanket, robe things called snuggies or slankets. But the idea is, curling up, getting all cozy and warm, and just kicking back and, taking a breather, all right? And, even if you want to think, if you're in a place where, the seasons actually change and you get a winter, I'm from Philadelphia, so we get, like, legit winter. We just got 2 feet of snow just about, just in the past day. So if you want to think about that energy, okay, I'm getting, like, with that song Chestnuts Roasting on the Open Fire. I know that's Christmas, but still, to give you the idea of the energy of being, warm and contained, relaxed. Nothing is urgent to be doing right now, and instead, it's far more constructive to be in a place where you're giving yourself comfort, Giving yourself, a sense of, okay, I would say nesting in February is really positive. Okay, so this is the other thing. I didn't really get, oh, okay. I did get a little bit that you could do, you know what? I'm gonna go through the key points a little more because I channeled a few messages ahead, so let me just keep going with this. But again, just to give you some of the energy there. All right. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say socializing isn't bad either this month, as long as it's okay. I'm gonna be fair with this and say socializing is great this month if it's gonna be somebody who you know, um, is going to give you a good time, and that's going to be a nice person to be around. Um, there's no need to inject additional stress, and okay, I'm just going to be honest, there isn't stress in this equation. Like, literal stress isn't a part of February, so I don't even think it's going to be an issue when you're, like, linking up, but, but it's more about, you know, again, creating an environment of comfort, okay? And I'm also thinking of the energy of comfort foods, like usually when people like are just kind of worn out and they're like, okay, I just want macaroni and cheese right now. That's the energy of the month too, okay? It's a macaroni and cheese month, all right? It's like it's warm, it's gooey, it's you know, it's very soft. I want you to think about that as far as what you're going to be experiencing and how you should be experiencing it, okay? And again, you guys have a really good deal with this compared to some of the others who are going to be like kind of pressure cooking with their ideas of stress about things. For you, it's much more about kicking back, feeling comfortable, all right? Can't stress that enough. All right. Moving forward. Oh, that's the other thing that I got. Other than getting cozy and spending time with friends or relatives or loved ones or your partner if you're in a relationship or your pet, because that's always fun. Um, other than that, it's a great time to plan the plan, all right? So if there are things, because again, I got shed the chase, so it's like you don't have to do any heavy like lifting when it comes to acting this month, but if you want to spend time planning your next moves when it comes to maybe what you're gonna do when this energy thaws out in March, you know, making some lists. Sorry, I have a lot of Capricorn and Taurus energy, so of course I like making lists and planning stuff. But you know, it could be thinking of other things that you're gonna do moving forward. This is a great time for planning, guys, because there's great energy around you, comfortable energy. In that comfortable energy, it's so nice for you to just kind of muse and be like, huh, I have a project that I've been thinking of, you know, starting up or whatever, and right now it's not the right time to start making big moves on it, but I could certainly start planning it out, creating an outline, making a business plan maybe. Um, you know, if you already have a business or something like that, it might be a good time to evaluate some reports, if you will, or other things like that. It's a great time to look at details because you're in that great comfortable space to be doing it. So analytic work this month would be fabulous because you've got great, cool, relaxed energy in your overall month here. All right. So anything with looking over details, planning in a very detailed way, great things to be doing this month for you as well, okay? All right, give me 1 second because we've got more here, okay? All right. If you are eager to get yourself moving, all right, sorry, I have to give this for any people who have really type A energy in their chart, and I always feel obligated to do this because I'm very type A, all right? For the people who are super eager and determined to get themselves in acting to, you know, really get their hands involved in situations this month, I got, sorry, too bad, this month is better spent at rest, okay? So again, that's you sitting around, getting some detail work done maybe, sitting at the open fire, if you will, or one of those simulated Duraflame fires. Sorry, I'm from Philadelphia. This is our reality most of the time, and I'm very middle class if you couldn't tell, um but yeah, so for some people that's real fire. For some people it's Duraflame fire. Either way, it's warm and comforting. So, but yeah, same energy there. The idea is, again, you're just kind of, you know, keeping it in, keeping things casual, keeping things cozy, and again, looking over things, and again, not forcing anything, not trying to get too active and too involved and too invasive into something that's not ready. Instead, much better time again to be doing things close to the base, if you will. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, and again, just for those of you who are first watching my channel and stuff, it's not a big deal when we're in holding patterns. In fact, it's the best thing ever. You know, everybody's life moves at its own logical and necessary pace. And, you know, it's not until hindsight that we can go, oh, if I never had that time to look things over, to, you know, take that relaxation, that personal, like, staycation, if you will. Staycation's a great way to word this month, okay? So to have your little staycation, it's revitalizing, it's reviving, it's encouraging, it brings your energy and your positivity back up. I literally even think about somebody who's been running a really long race and then they finally get to slow down, breathe, take their water and go, "Wow, that was nice that I got to finally stop running." All right? Okay, here we go. Sometimes we need to be held in. Okay, this is what I was already describing to you. I forgot this was the key point next. When you channel, you just bring it in, people, and then I just go over it again so I can give you all the great examples and other things to show you how it's coming. All right. Sometimes we need to be held in our progress, whatever, in our timeline, so we can grow, reflect, and recharge. Bringing it on home here. I was already saying this, but here it is now. All right. Um, so that said, pining or yearning does not improve anything, all right? So I literally got this, I just have to give you because the fact that I know that it's very, very important for a lot of people, all right? So here we go. There are a lot of times where people think that if they wish harder, it's going to manifest. Because there's some, what I would call toxic ideologies in the metaphysical community that say if you burn a candle and say a spell or pray, that will make it happen. Not to knock certain old fashioned beliefs, but later on in my channel, I'm going to start telling a lot more about metaphysics and what I've learned to be constructive application of metaphysics, all right? And some people say with that law of attraction, and I will openly say I hate the law of attraction with every fiber of my being. It is not realistic. We all know reality doesn't work that way, and I think it's a sin that people are putting out a mentality just to tell people it's okay to just, you know, go through life just always thinking that what you want is what's best for you, because in reality, that's not true. Okay, now that I'm off my soapbox about that, um, basically the idea is to have to pine or yearn for something and not take this time of comfort in a constructive manner is such a waste of time, and it's not good for you to do so. And I know a lot of people will, you know, use this time very constructively by doing what I've been saying, but I have to include this for the people who might make it very difficult for themselves to enjoy what should be enjoyed, all right? So again, if you're the type of person who thinks along those lines of the law of attraction, where they go, okay, if you just make a vision board and go, okay, I'm going to get this because I want this, and if I want it hard enough, it's going to come into my being if I do whatever, whatever. In reality, the space timeline, that's what I call it, our lives and how it moves, there are different pieces on this chessboard, and some pieces are moved in certain places to influence people, and sometimes they're moved away. This also has to do with when we meet people in romance, when we get promotions in careers, when we can make a business happen, or if we can even start to find the information we need for it. We have a certain level of free will, but it operates in a vacuum where we're constantly being influenced from external elements. And there's only so much we can do, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, what we can do and what is within our power is great. And what we can't control, that's great too. And we really don't realize that until down the line. And then we look back and go, my life would have never been as it is now had I not learned these other lessons, had I not gone through these other channels and other periods, including the periods of rest that were required to come along better ideas, to come along better energy, better, um, energy of your body to even have had rest or to rest your mind, really. All right, so that's the other thing. So again, if there are things that you really want right now, you got to just go, you know what? I'm gonna kind of go. Sorry, I'm getting the idea of this reggae music that I listen to. It's Japanese reggae, and her name is Pang, P-A-N-G, and she has the most relaxing, cool, chill music, and it just goes like, I'm just gonna be at ease, let the waves flow and everything. So I want you to, that'll be your takeaway here. Let it be a reggae month too, okay? Let it be chill. Think of like Bob Marley, lots of love, lots of coolness, lots of chill energy for February, all right? That said, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.